Israel has passed new legislation to cut ties with UNRWA, the UN agency providing services to Palestinian refugees. That's caused international concern about the flow of aid to Gaza, and it could affect the Israeli-occupied West Bank, where hundreds of thousands of people could lose vital services. NPR's Scott Newman reports.
At a primary school inside the Kalandia refugee camp near the city of Ramallah, a classroom full of first-grade girls call out their ABCs, or rather their alif, ba, taz, as they learn the letters of the Arabic alphabet. They are the granddaughters and great-granddaughters of Palestinian refugees who were forced from their homes in 1948 or 1967. That status has been passed down through the generations. All told, UNRWA operates about 100 schools like this one across the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem, serving about 45,000 refugee students. In a courtyard outside, some older girls are playing a version of musical chairs using hula hoops. Also in the courtyard is the school principal, Rana Naban. Life for these students isn't easy, she explains. Refugees face a lot of social and economic pressures. If it weren't for the school and UNRWA, she says, many of them might not be receiving an education at all. I don't believe there is any replacement for UNRWA, she says. That's something heard repeatedly in the West Bank. Besides education, the agency provides a wide range of services that many refugees rely on. Not far from the girls' school is an UNRWA vocational center, where 15 to 18-year-olds learn to become diesel mechanics, electricians, and plumbers. In a classroom with about a dozen tables, students are focused on project boards, running wire between circuit breakers, outlets, and switches. 18-year-old Nuruddin Sabai explains that it simulates a bathroom installation. For many refugee students like him, UNRWA is the only chance they'll get to learn skills like these. Elsewhere, similar programs are simply unaffordable. If UNRWA is forced to close this center, many students will be left without options, he says. The legislation banning Israel from cooperating with UNRWA will go into effect in January. The fear now is that it could effectively shutter the agency's operations in the West Bank. Bismuth says Israel or some other aid organization will step in to fill the void left by UNRWA, but others are skeptical.
My concern is that the situation will get even worse.
Paul Spiegel is director of the Center for Humanitarian Health at Johns Hopkins University. He says he has not heard of any concrete plans for what comes next.
UNRWA's had years of their logistics and of their people in the field. You can't just replace that overnight.
Inside a clinic run by UNRWA, 60-year-old widow Itaf Shahada waits patiently to be called for an appointment. She's been receiving UNRWA services for 23 years.
I've got high pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, osteoporosis. For poor people like us, UNRWA is like an artery. It's what keeps us alive.